Welcome back. Let's touch on something that there seems to be a confusion about or a misconception about, which is the difference between personal credit cards and business credit cards. Now, we are out here in Buenos Aires on my rooftop pool at the apartment I've been staying at for the last month or so. So on this channel, I talk a lot about the travel rewards and how to utilize the travel points and miles. You guys can check out other videos on that. But today, we are going to touch on personal credit and business credit and the misconceptions or the misunderstandings of them. So when it comes down to it, the differences between business credit and personal credit, one of the main things is that business credit does not report to your personal credit profile, meaning that when you hold balances on business credit cards, they are not going to show up on your personal credit report, meaning it's not going to affect your ability to get a mortgage, to get a car lease or a car loan, to get other personal financing loans or other personal financing in general. So a lot of people, what they do wrong is they end up putting a lot of spend or even their business spend on their personal credit cards. And if you don't have a lot of high limits on the personal side, that can really be detrimental to your credit score and your utilization. So if you only have $5,000 or $10,000 total on your personal credit cards, but you're spending $5, $8 grand of expenses on those cards, your utilization is at 50 to 80%, meaning your score is going to plummet and it's going to affect your ability to get any type of lending. You're pretty much going to get denied for a lot of applications if you're trying to get credit cards, and even on the business side, because no matter what, business side or business lending, they're still going to pull your personal credit report. So that is a big difference, is the fact that business cards don't report to your personal side, so you can put balances on those cards without affecting your personal credit report. Very important, very good to understand and know. Second piece is business credit cards. Yes, you can get 0% cards on the personal side, but then you still fall into that trap of utilization because it's 0%. People put more money on those cards because it's 0%, and then they end up having troubles paying that off. It affects their credit score, they hold the utilization. You get 0% business credit cards for anywhere from 6 months to 18 months on the business side. And because it doesn't report, that allows you to take those types of expenses or the money that the bank gives you, whether that be 20, 30, 50, up to 75K on the business credit cards themselves, and be able to put it towards advertising or marketing or outsourcing or other expenses in your business, whether that be product or research and development. Now it's not reporting to your personal side. Now you have the ability to spend money in your business, to grow your business, and utilize the business credit at 0% without it reporting. So that is really amazing because it allows you to take chances in your business or to do something different in your business or put money towards marketing to bring in more leads. So having the 0% option on business credit cards is really nice because it doesn't report to the personal side in the first case. Now, the third thing I'm going to mention is that minimum payments on business cards are typically 1 to 2%. Depending on the bank, every bank is different, what they're looking for and all of that, and their specific requirements, but they're typically 1 to 2% minimum payments for that 0% period. So if you spend $20,000 on that business credit card, then you only have to pay $200 per month until that 0% is up. So if you are someone, let's say in real estate, for example, because this is just much easier to explain, and you're into flipping houses, being able to access $50,000 to $100,000 without dipping into your savings, without dipping into your current cash flow that you utilize to live, now you can utilize the business credit cards to then flip more houses because now you have the capital to do so, and maybe your timeline is typically 3 to 4 months or less or more. Just depending on how you do it and how you operate and the contractors you use. Now you can do more volume of flips, but now you don't have to think about paying $5,000 or $10,000 that you spent in that month because it's now on a business credit card and you only have to pay that minimum payment. So that is really important in terms of being able to scale and maybe adding more volume into what you're currently doing when it comes to utilizing business credit cards. So that is another piece. Minimum payments are lower, which is helpful in making those payments and making sure that your investment in your business, in yourself, in what you plan to do, gives you some leeway to then pay that off at the end of the 0% period. Now, the other core piece with that as well, when it comes to business credit cards, is if for whatever reason the 0% runs up and you do have balances, if you end up paying interest on those balances, because it's on the business credit card, it makes it easier to be able to use that as a write-off on your business. So the interest that you pay on the business credit cards end up being used to be able to write off on your business expenses. So that's helpful, having it separated from a personal card. So those are the main differences between personal cards and business credit cards. Now, how do you use business credit cards as well? What are some ways to utilize it? Now, I have another video breaking this down on the types of businesses as well as what they can use it for. But for example, if you want to do more volume for real estate, now you're able to work on multiple houses, outsource or hire contractors with the use of those business credit cards. For a lot of people, it's advertising or marketing, being able to spend the money to bring in more leads to your business, to bring in more sales calls for yourself or your employees. It could also be maybe you want to start building a personal brand or a brand for your business, hiring a content agency or someone that can help you create content or mass produce the content or edit the content so you aren't spending time doing that. Or you can hire on people to outsource and do other core pieces of the business that you're spending a lot of time doing currently on yourself or maybe one other employee. And now you're able to focus on the key components that are going to drive more revenue, drive more leads, and drive more profit into your business, so you're not spending time doing a lot of the busy work. So those are kind of the main things that I see with clients that I work with. Those are some of the main differences between personal and business credit cards as well. And when it comes to business credit cards and personal cards, even though you're applying to business credit cards, you still are getting your personal credit pulled. So it's really important to be able to make sure you build up your personal credit, to be able to make sure you build up those limits on your personal credit cards, and to be able to make sure that you are building the right relationships with the right banks so that when you do apply for business credit cards and to get access to them, to get access to higher limits, you have built the relationship and the banks see that you can handle larger amounts of money on the personal side, so they're willing to give you more money. Why is that important? Because it's better starting your business, growing your business, scaling your business to be in a position where you can get $100,000 or more versus getting $10,000 on the same 5 applications. So you want to focus on building your personal credit, having that built up, having high credit limits, having good personal relationships, and then also building some of those banking relationships by opening up business bank accounts. So that is really the thought process that is explaining some of the major differences that a lot of people tend to misconstrue or misunderstand, and hopefully that provides some value to you guys as well. So if you guys are looking for someone to be able to help you throughout this process, feel free to reach out to me in the links down below. I'd be happy to see if we are a good fit to work together, and I am going to see you guys on the next video. Feel free to check out any of the other videos on travel out here in Buenos Aires, as well as many of the other videos on credit, business credit, personal credit, and of course the points and miles. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.